Hey, what's up everybody? This is Caticus, and today I'm going to bring you a video that shows you how to use automation on the, oh, my mom's messaging me, automation on the MPC Live, or the MPC workflow. It'll be a very simple video. I'll show you in a few steps, and I'll make sure that it's clear as possible on some do's and don'ts about how to do it. So, without further ado, let me flip the camera around and let's get started. See you in a second. Okay, so for the beginning of this video, we're going to start with something very simple. We're just going to do a volume fade in, okay? So let's turn the volume all the way down. We're going to use this knob right here, which is controlling it. So you see the red box around it, which means that Q-Link is in control. That's the thing I'm setting. Okay, so we're gonna press this right here on the top. Right now it's green, if you can tell in the video. I'm going to press it and it'll turn red. Just make sure the camera gets a good look at it. It says W. All right, so now we're gonna press play. Doesn't matter about record or overdub or anything. When that thing is red, it means it's armed and it's gonna register any changes that you do for the automation. Okay, so press play here, hand on the knob. There we go. Hands free, baby. Turn that off. Okay, so that was a very simple demonstration of automation. Okay, it's just one thing. I'll do something a little more complex in a second, but very simple. Just turn the volume up using the Q-Link right there, and it recorded it. And then after that, this is very important. Okay, if you're going to use automation, this is super important, and that is turn it on, do it, and turn it off immediately after. Make sure that this thing is green again. Let's get it nice and focused on it. It's green and it says R. That means automation is no longer armed. Okay. After every step that you do, make sure you disarm the automation. Otherwise, it'll keep doing it. But what if I don't want it to do that anymore? I want to undo it. There is no undo. If I press undo on here and I press play, oh, it's working now. It doesn't always work. It worked right there because I'm making a video, but it doesn't always work. Sometimes, a lot of the times you'll do automation and it doesn't undo it per step. So if that happens and you want to stop it from doing whatever, press play. Oh, hold on, sorry. Let's turn back on automation here. Okay, automation is on. Press play start. If you want it not to do that, you turn it to what it is. Okay, so a couple things there. Number one, I kept my hand on the knob and have this where it is. It will start like if the starting position you want is here, but the automation, I'll just show you. Okay, so if I press play start and I go, like that. Okay. So I've got that going there, but if I don't want it to do that, I just want to turn it to what I want it to be at, and then I press play start like this, it's going to move it like that, and then I got to move it back up. Hold my hand there. Okay, so while my hand is on here, you see this bar pop up right here. That means that it registers that I'm touching it, okay? When it's held there, it's not going to move this thing. However, if it starts from here and you press play start, but like it starts from there due to your automation, but you want it to start here. So you press play start and then it jumps down. The reason is during the tick, 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 da, 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 like during the count-in process, it's going to move it to whatever. But during that time, you also have to time to put it where you want it for the count-in, okay? It will register during the count-in, but of course, when you're playing it back, it's only going to play back what is done during the playback, not during the count-in. But it allows you to get to the position that you want to be at and then start recording the automation. So how you undo automation, if it doesn't let you do undo with the button, which most of the time in my case, or in my experience, the undo button doesn't affect automation, whether it be plugins or whatnot. If that's the case, you select the thing that you want to edit, you make sure your hand's right there, you press play, it'll jump to wherever, so you have the time during the count in to move it to where you want it to be, And then when it starts playing, it will of course be in that position and it will record that automation. But once again, let me remind you, when you're done with the automation, turn it off. Press that button, make it go green again. It's no longer recording automation. Let's do something a little more complex. Right now you're hearing a synth wave sort of bass line going. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to, like right now my synth wave is selected. It's on track 1. So if I go to menu right here and I go to program edit, these are the settings. Let's just go back here. Your first screen is going to be the oscillator. These are the settings for that. So if I click on this right here, you see the red box. You can barely see the red lines there, but there's a red box around it. That means those are the things that are being controlled with the knobs, okay, the Q links. Got this one for the wave shape, got this one for quad or no quad, okay? So 3, this one is nothing, okay? The last one is nothing. These 3 affect these 3 values. So if I want to have it, let's say, change wave shape. So let's press play right now. Let's say I want to do that during this. I will click on that button right there. I will press play start, and then and now it'll do it for me. So once again, I've got the automation happening just by pressing that. And I'm done with the automation. I press that button and I turn it off. And I can do that with all of these things. Now I can go to here and I can change this one. So the middle knob, it tells you right there what they do. Semitone, or like octaves right there, wave shape, oscillator 2, sync on or off, and the last one is oscillator phase. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Every time I touch them, that thing comes up. Touch them, that thing comes up. So what I will do is I will press play start, and then but I didn't press that button right there. So press the automation button, press play start, go to the middle knob. There we go. This is a great way to get motion in your tracks. Now let's see if I can undo that, because I don't know, in my experience, it might have been past versions. I'll press undo, press play start. It's still moving. Let's press undo again and see what happens. Oh, it actually undid the automation. Let's do shift and redo. And press play. Oh, that's very cool. Still, I would say if you have the problem where it doesn't change or like it doesn't undo the automation, again, that can be a real big problem. If you have that problem that it doesn't undo the automation, no matter how many times you press undo, and it starts undoing the steps that you want to keep and whatnot, and you know that that automation is stuck in there, just remember that with automation on, you can press play start and then put your hand on the knob. It'll start counting you in, that tick, 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 tick to count you in. During that time, you turn the value to whatever you want and just hold your fingers there, okay? So I press play start, my hand is on the knob. There we go. Now that automation is undone. Then I press that button and I turn it off, and we're good to go. Another thing that is good to know about automation is if I do, like, let's say I want to do automation on like this track in this sequence, but I don't want it to be in the next one. So what I would do is before I do the automation, I would go to my sequence. I would edit right here, and then I would copy the sequence. So let's do that right there and do it. And now I have a new sequence, okay? So If I want the automation to happen in this sequence, I can record the automation, but when I go back to the other sequence, the automation won't be in there. This is good to know because some things, when you change a track or whatever in one sequence, then it might change it in all of the sequences depending on what you've done, but not with the automation. Automation is per sequence. So make a copy of the sequence that you want to have, like do perhaps different automation on or whatever. Make a copy of it and then automate the one that you want and then go to the next one and do whatever you want to that one. But automation is per sequence, which is really nice. You can do some crazy things on like the like melody or something in one sequence, and then using the same plugin on the second sequence, you don't have that automation. You can do whatever you want. Or if you want to have the same automation, you just copy the automated track to the next one and it will copy the automation. Okay? That's about all I need to say about that. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you found it useful. If you have any questions or comments, of course, you can leave them down below. I do appreciate the likes on the videos and the subscribe, but I mostly appreciate the comments. I love to answer them and hear from you guys. So that's it from me. I will see you guys in the next one. This is Caticus, out.